So before I begin my speech, I want to tell a very quick story I think my dad will especially appreciate. About 2 weeks ago, I was home for winter break, and before I went back to school, I was hanging out with my friends one last time, and of course we got Whataburger at like 2 a.m., and my dad called and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, why aren't you home?" Like, "I don't really care, but like, your mom wants to know," and I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "I'm getting Whataburger, I'll be home in like 20, like, go to bed." And when I got home, our dog Michigan barked like louder than usual. I think she knew I came home like with a treat. And I start eating my patty melt. My dad comes downstairs, and for 20 minutes we're just talking. And I ended up telling him I'd like to give a speech tonight. And then the next morning, I got a text that told me he was going to yoga, and he said, "Oh, I think I was sleep eating last night. This morning, I noticed a Whataburger cup on the counter. All of a sudden, I remembered that I came downstairs and ate some of your food. I didn't dream that, right?" And no, you did not dream that. But for some reason, you forgot that I told you I'd want to give a speech. So here we go. My dad often jokes, if I were a religious man, I might think that moving to Birmingham, Alabama, from my hometown of Los Angeles with my wife and 2-year-old son was divine intervention. Well, as it turns out, my father is a religious man. In fact, he's a rabbi. About 4 years ago, I began my senior support speech at Emory with this same exact quote. But my speech went on to discuss the unique challenges and blessings of my family's life, particularly regarding my experience growing up alongside with my disabled brother, Abraham. The reason I chose to begin tonight's speech in the same manner is because this metaphor, divine intervention, doesn't just end with my family's time in Birmingham. My father is the living, breathing, fighting example of divine intervention. It was divine intervention that brought my family to Houston, reconnected my parents with some of their best friends from that fateful summer at Camp Swig in '94, and finally led to the chaos of which CSK was born out. You see, the House and Weiss family, particularly Scott House and Weiss, just do things differently. Many of you know that we operate in unique ways, and we have certainly had unique experiences. While our ways and our experiences are unconventional, they work for us. And you know what? They work for you too. And that's why you are here tonight.
Unconventional.
Harry Potter themed bar mitzvah with Rabbi Scott as Dumbledore, gospel choir at High Holy Days, the most talented musicians uplifting CSK services on Shabbat, and sermons that uniquely challenge, excite, and inspire your fervor for Judaism. This is the moment where my dad would magically appear on screen and say, "Welcome to CSK, you already belong." Now that would be a great ad. Shema Kolenu, it means hear our voice. I can't think of a better way to describe the last 10 years of this beautiful Jewish community. I believe that my father's persistent determination to hear our voice is why we are standing here today. And this could not have been possible without your incredible desire to hear my father's voice. Dad, as I am sure you know by now, you are not a normal rabbi. You are a visionary and so imaginative, it is almost hard to believe. You take risks, not because you are reckless, but because you understand that Judaism cannot be boxed in to a 25,000 square foot building for $3,000 a year per family. You understand that the Jewish community is in dire need of soul, spirituality, and love. This is a righteous cause. Someone must step up to the plate and meet it head on. That person is you. Congregation Shema Kolenu's 10-year anniversary is proof that you have created something bigger than yourself. Dad, while you have many unique talents, such as your oratorical prowess, your dynamic ability to connect your intellectual, religious, spiritual, and political bona fides to convey a powerful message, and your ability to connect with kids and make them love being Jewish, your most special talent is your ability to transform moments. Everyone in this room tonight is here because you have transformed moments for us. Whether it's a celebration or a loss, you are there for us. You listen to us. We all know that we can depend on you. 10 years ago, we didn't know what was going to happen. I was only an innocent 11-year-old at the time, and I certainly didn't know what was going to happen. Although admittedly, I did probably know much more than I should have at the time. After all, Natalie Hausenweiss is my mother. But we did know that despite all that had happened, you were still loved by so many in this city and this community. And more importantly, you were needed. You are needed. In a world where Judaism is under siege, your insight is needed, your guidance is needed, and your patience is needed. People need more than scripture and tradition. They need connection and purpose. You help people discover this every day. You open your eyes to how Judaism can work for us, not how Judaism should work for us. You hear our voice. Before I conclude, I would like to offer a few thank yous. Thank you to all of you, the CSK community. Without you and your continued support, we simply would not be here today. Your time, money, passion, belief, and trust in my father and this community have allowed him to pursue a dream I don't think even he has fully realized. And it has allowed my family to make Houston our home for so long. Even if we can't stand the heat during the summer, thank you for coming along with us on this journey. Thank you to my mother. I know firsthand just how integral you are to the functioning of CSK, and let's be honest, of Dad too. From Camp Swig to now, y'all have always been partners. Well, actually, Mom was your boss then, and that part hasn't really changed. But I'm grateful to have watched your unique partnership grow for so many years. And finally, to my father, thank you for setting the ultimate example of what it means to stand up for what you believe in. Watching you work, teach, and connect with people of all backgrounds has been an inspiring education for me throughout my life. Not think that's gonna happen. These 10 years have not been easy, yet you have supported me in every way possible, in school, sports, professional life, not to mention our family, while also being a rabbi at a startup synagogue, who is pretty much on call 24/7. All of this, our family, our community, and everything that it comes with, is our divine intervention. I love you, Dad. You're the man.
Oh, wow. Woohoo! Who's Lady in Congress? Sarah was going to